Hello dear students, welcome to the English class. Students, today we shall continue with chapter number 7, Matilda Can Do Magic. We have covered part A and B in the previous two sessions. We shall now continue the chapter. So let's get started. Matilda Can Do Magic, written by Roald Dahl, part C. The story so far, speaks about a little girl named Matilda who performs a magic, that is, she makes a glass of water topple over with the power of her eyes. And this is the big secret that she would like to share with somebody who can understand her, and so she chooses to speak to Miss Honey, that is her teacher, who is very gentle. So she shares the secret and she tells her of what had happened and how the glass of water had toppled over just with the power of her eyes. That means she had willed it to topple over. So when she says this to Miss Honey, she thinks that it is just her wild imagination and she wants to put an end to her habit of imagining weird things. So then she asks Matilda if she can perform that miracle once again. So Matilda obliges. She says, okay, let me try. So this is the story so far. Let's continue. Miss Honey moved the now empty glass to the middle of the table. Should I put water in it? She asked, smiling a little. I don't think it matters, Matilda said. Very well then, go ahead and tip it over. It may take some time. Take all the time you want, Miss Honey said. I'm in no hurry. So now Miss Honey is giving her the opportunity to perform that magic again. Okay, so she places the empty glass to the middle of the table. She asks whether she should fill it with water. So Matilda says it doesn't matter. So then Miss Honey asks her to try tipping the glass with the power of her eyes. So then Matilda says that she will try, but it will take some time. So Miss Honey says that she is in no hurry. She is very patient and gentle. Read. Matilda, sitting in the second row about 10 feet away from Miss Honey, put a elbow on the desk and cupped her face in her hands. And this time she gave her the order right in the beginning. Tip, glass, tip, she ordered. But her lips didn't move and she made no sound. Okay, now step by step she's trying to tip the glass. Now what did she do first? She cupped her face with her hands and then she gives the order, tip, glass, tip. But her lips aren't moving, nor is she making sound. Read further. She simply shouted the words inside her head. Okay, that means she's not giving the order loudly, but within her head. Okay, now she concentrated the whole of her mind and her brain and her will up into her eyes, and once again, but much more quickly than before, she felt the electricity gathering and the power was beginning to surge, and the hotness was coming into the eyeballs, and then the millions of tiny invisible arms with hands on them were shooting out towards the glass, and without making any sound at all, she kept shouting inside her head for the glass to go over. She saw it wobble, then it tilted, then it toppled right over and fell with a tinkle on the tabletop, 12 inches from Miss Honey's folded arms. So now, softly, within the head, she gives the commands for the glass to tip over, and she's keeping her eyes focused on the glass, and suddenly she feels electricity, the power going into her eyes, and as she's focusing on the glass, slowly the glass begins to wobble. Wobble means move from side to side, okay, like not balanced, like, unsteadily, and suddenly it tilts and it topples over with a sound. With a tinkle means with a sound. Okay, let's read further. Miss Honey's mouth dropped open and her eyes stretched wide, so wide you could see the whites all around. She didn't say a word. She couldn't. The shock of seeing the miracle performed had struck her dumb. Okay, she gaped at a glass, leaning well away from it now, as though it might be a dangerous thing. Now, Miss Honey at first felt that Matilda was just imagining, but now she actually saw performing the miracle, and she was dumbstruck. Struck with dumbness, she was speechless. Her mouth dropped open means she was totally shocked in horror, because she never imagined that this would happen. Okay, now she really saw Matilda performing the miracle. She had never expected, and so now she is totally speechless, totally shocked. Then slowly she lifted her head and looked at Matilda. She saw the child, white in the face, as white as paper, trembling all over. The eyes glazed, staring straight ahead and seeing nothing. Okay, now she is very shocked. Then she looks at Matilda. Matilda is like totally white, because she's still she's just performed that magic, so she is in the trance. She's totally transfigured. Okay, she's looking very angelic. Okay, eyes glazed means dreamy eyes. She's still in that mode of performing the magic. Okay, Miss Honey trembling a little herself and watching the child as she slowly stirred. And then suddenly, click went her face into a look of almost angelic calm. "I'm all right," she said and smiled. "I'm quite all right, Miss Honey, so she don't be alarmed." So now, Matilda looked very angelic. Angelic means like an angel. Okay, so then suddenly she looks at Miss Honey and she says, "I'm all right, so don't be alarmed. Don't be very alarmed, so don't be shocked. I'm all right, don't worry about me, I'm fine." "You seem so far away," Miss Honey whispered, awestruck. "Oh, I was flying past the stars on silver wings," Matilda said. "It was wonderful." Miss Honey was still gazing at the child in absolute wonderment, as though she were the creation, the beginning of the world, the first morning. "It went much quicker this time," Matilda said quietly. Now Miss Honey told Matilda that you didn't look that you were present here. You appeared as though you were somewhere far away. And truly so, because she was performing the magic, she was in a trance, so she was not aware of what is happening, but she was just focusing on the glass. So that is why Miss Honey said that you seem far away. And Matilda said, "Yes, I was, because it looked like I was having wings and I was flying past the stars, and it was a wonderful feeling." So Miss Honey looked at the child and she was totally in wonder. She was gazing at the child. Okay, and then Matilda said, "This time when I performed the magic, it went quicker than the first time." "It's not possible," Miss Honey was gasping. "I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it." She closed her eyes and kept them closed for quite a while, and when she opened them again, it seemed as though she had gathered herself together. So now Miss Honey is not able to digest what has happened in front of her, because she never imagined Matilda could actually perform the magic. So she says that I don't believe it. So therefore she closes her eyes just to know whether it's a dream. So she closes her eyes and then she keeps it shut for some time, and then she tries to get self-control, gather herself to get self-control. Okay, then she becomes calm. Miss Honey becomes calm. Then she tells her, "Would you like to come back and have tea at my cottage?" She asked. So then she asked Matilda whether she would like to come to her cottage and have tea. "Oh, I'd love to," Matilda said. "Good. Collect your things and I'll meet you outside in a couple of minutes. You won't tell anything about this thing that I did, will you, Miss Honey?" "I wouldn't dream of it," Miss Honey said. So now she invites Matilda to a cottage to have tea, because she wants to spend some more time with the little girl and know her well. So she calls her and she is highly impressed by her, the magic that she has performed. So she invites her home for a cup of tea, and Matilda is very happy. She readily accepts the offer, the invitation. So then Miss Honey says, okay, collect all your things and I'll meet you outside. Collect all your things and come. So then Matilda asks Miss Honey, you won't tell anyone about this magic, would you? So she says, she requests her not to share the secret with anyone, and then Miss Honey says, promise her that she wouldn't share it with anyone. So that's the end of the story, and this particular story is an extract from Matilda the book written by Roald Dahl. If you want to know further, you can read the book written by Roald Dahl. There's a entire volume, a book written by him. So students, at the end of the story, let's learn the meanings. Surge means move forward powerfully, just like the flood water surged forward. Okay, so there's some, it's very powerful. Or the tidal waves surged forward, so it is move forward powerfully. Surge means to move forward powerfully. Wobble means move unsteadily. That means something that is not balanced and it is moving. So that glass wobbles, right? Fell with a tinkle means fell with a sound. Gaped means stared in surprise. Eyes glazed means with dreamy eyes. Transfigure means changes in a beautiful way. Like Matilda's face was totally transfigured when she was performing the magic. She had become totally white, totally transfigured. She was looking white and beautiful. Angelic means like an angel. Awestruck means filled with admiration, just like Miss Annie was awestruck by the magic that Matilda performed. Whispered means spoke in very low volume. Wonderment means total wonder. Gather herself together means regained self-control. Miss Honey had become totally speechless, totally dumbstruck, right? When she saw the magic. Okay, then she shuts her eyes and then she tries to gather herself together, means she tries to regain self-control. So that's the end of this particular story. Students, please go through the video once again of part A, B and C and learn the meanings, and please do read the text that is given in your textbook. Okay, so that's all for now. We have completed this chapter. So I would want you to read the entire lesson, the chapter once again, and learn the meanings. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.